Hello, I'm avoiding relegation, and welcome to the first episode of Journeyman in the USA. Yeah, I promise I'm not going to do that again. It's just a one-off for this first episode, but yeah, it's called Journeyman in the USA, and it is featuring FM Digi's USA database, which is modified to allow promotion and relegation. And it goes all the way down to Tier 10, which is where we start, in fact, in the Atlantic League, no less, with Torch. Now, Torch... tell you a little bit about them. They were founded in 2010. They're an amateur club currently, and obviously they're from the United States, but they're located in Bakassi, and their stadium is the Penridge High School Stadium. 10,000 capacity with 600 seats, which actually isn't bad for a Tier 10 team. I mean, I'm not sure how many Tier 10 teams in the UK would have that kind of stadium, but yeah, stadium condition is very good, obviously. In terms of it being a high school, I guess. Training facilities are basic, and youth facilities are poor. So, obviously, there's a lot of things to do here. Now, bearing in mind this is a journeyman, I am not just going to be taking this team all the way to the MLS. I will be hopefully doing well enough to attract the attention of other clubs so that when higher-up jobs come up, that I may be able to take them and obviously move up the ladder. Ultimately, I want to win everything that can be won here, certainly at the top level, from the Champions League, the MLS League, etc., etc. So ultimately looking for those big jobs, absolutely. But to start out with, we're with Torch. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, let's have a look at the squad. This is the team report, and as you can see, we lack a little bit of quality, shall we say. Pollen and Gomez are standout. Gomez, in fact, has come in on loan. Barsine, 2.5 stars. He's certainly on his way up. But yeah, we lack, should we say, a certain amount of ability. In terms of our attacking efficiency, we are in fact aggressive and clinical, which is exciting. But if you actually look at our defensive rating, we're just about busy and impenetrable. Just about. But obviously, that could be improved. If we actually go and have a look at the squad, that'll give you a better idea of where we're up to. As you can see, absolute ton of potential. And as you can see, there are a number of 16-year-olds already having to play in the first team. As you can see, Sebastian Orellana, depending on who looks at him, has got 3 stars there. But obviously, in the team report, 2.5 stars. I believe I have my best coach give me the summary here, so this is hopefully more accurate. But yeah, so that's really where we're up to. Now, one of the problems we have, obviously, when it came to searching for players, is there aren't a lot of actual players with ability out there that are available. Plenty with potential, but not a lot with ability, and certainly not with my profile, which, of course, if you look at my stats, I don't really have good stats. I've done the thing that I never do. I've gone, when I chose the team, I chose to be, the correct badges, etc. for that club. So this is the points I had to work with, and this is what I went to. I obviously create the perfect manager, but that would have made this less fun because I would have gotten a higher up job a heck of a lot sooner. So this is a more fun way to do it. I've got to build up my reputation, and hopefully I believe some of these will improve, like motivating, for example. The better I get at motivating people. So we'll see how that goes. But in terms of the points I put in, obviously fitness and technical are the things I focused on this time, whereas in the past I would normally have put things all the way into attacking. So we'll see how that goes. One of the other things I have also done is I'm pretty much following, or half following, shall we say, Fox in a Box's non-league training method, where you only have 2 trainings a week. So I'm making sure that I get team bonding in and an overall training session, and then I'm focusing on the pre-match stuff before the match. Obviously, one of the things that he does player friendly in the middle, and I may actually introduce that, because when you look at our dynamics, one of the things it really helped with was team cohesion, but also with player condition and sharpness. And as you can see, we're a bit of a mixed bag in there, because obviously we're still early in the season, but some of these players obviously haven't played enough games yet. So it's certainly worth bearing in mind. But there is actually a link in the description below to his videos about it, as I say, to his channel. There are plenty of videos he's got on there about training, which are worth looking at. And like I say, I'm certainly following the non-league one. And overall, I would say it's certainly working. I mean, I can't say obviously that the players are developing, because that's not something that happens. But for some reason, and I can't see it in here, and I don't know why. I'll have to, I'll insert it. I wanted tactical familiarity. There we go. So yeah, it's picking up with some of them. Obviously, goalkeeper's fine, and Noah Grinwis has been fine. He's obviously playing in a very familiar position, but these guys are building up. It's getting there. It is a process, obviously, in terms of the training and the um, team cohesion side of things. We are only 8 games in, and none of these players technically have played before, so it is very much early days. But as you can see, we're getting there. We're making movements, which is good. In terms of our position, we are in the Atlantic National League, but what we're going to do is we're going to play the game before I actually get into how we have done so far. So the last thing really that I want to show you before we move on is the finances. There are none. We don't have a wage budget because we're an amateur club. We just play players on a match-to-match basis. The other thing I wanted to show you was club vision. We are expected to reach the playoffs, and I would suggest we're on target to do that. We're a little bit off the pace, but I fancy our chances, and obviously be competitive in the US Cup. So far, though, we do have a C+ rating, which is very, very good. And last but not least, this is the tactics we're playing, which I did touch on before. It's the 4-3-3 or the 4-1-2-3, depending on what you want to call it. I call it a 4-3-3. I have been trying some other formations. This was more of a defensive one, which is literally park the bus. And there's also a 4-2-4 that I tried out early on. It's not bad, but when you lack the quality at the back that we do, it's better to have an anchor man down here. I mean, you can see we're basically playing 5 defensive players, if you know what I mean. 3 supporting and 2 attacking. So it's the best we can do with what we have. Okay, it is time for Torch away at Kingston. Kingston Stockade, no less. These are the lineups. We head into the dressing room. We are the underdogs, but we are expected to do better, yeah. Because after last time, that wasn't great, so we're going to point your finger. Jose Castillo is a little nervous, but everybody else seems motivated, so that's good news, apart from Benjamin Apollon, unfortunately. So I want to have a quick look at the tactics. Oops. There we go. Yes, you wanted to play, I believe, on support. That's right. And I haven't set up your individual instructions just yet, so we'll do that now while everybody's watching. Whoop, that ain't the way to see it. I'm pretty sure that dribble less and shorter passing is going to be a good idea. Dribble less. Shoot more often? I don't think so, mate. Long shots is 5, finishing is 4, so that's a definite no. And I would suggest fewer risks as well. And definitely, well, there you go, shorter passing. That is good. All right, let's kick off. Yeah, as you can see, Ray in goal, back 4 of Grinwis, Chris Gonzalez, Castillo, and Negrete. Anchorman, Sampson, central midfield, Orellana, and Apollon, left wing Walker, right wing Gomez, and up front it is Carlos Gonzalez. So yeah, it's a mixed bag, but we've done all right. We are only 8 games in. And this is obviously a journeyman as opposed to a sprint. And we'll start off on full game just to see, but Kingston have a throw in here. I think I might go defensive. And apparently we've put it out for a corner, which is going to be taken by Bone. Bone with a short option, but it is cleared. And Gonzalez picked it up, but he has been tackled. Yeah, he has. Colistona. No, it's just get a warning and not a yellow card 5 minutes in. Might shout and give him some encouragement. Castillo finds Orellana. Sampson. Keeping it short on Simpson. Symbol. Past Walker. Walker is dispossessed by R. Donna. Looks like he just tried to hoof him, to be fair. Donna with the throw in. Bush to Donna with the clearance. Bone on the ball, holds it up. And passes it back to the defensive line, Smith. And they're trying to get a ball forward. But that's a clearance by Negrete. I'm going to go on to key highlights. Whilst I don't feel like we're threatening. it does seem to be fairly balanced. It doesn't. I don't particularly feel threatened by them. I guess is the point. Perhaps I should be. So far, they're clearing it. So I'm going to go on to key highlights. And demand more once we get an option. Donna's not doing very well. He has now been booked. Oh, that's Kingston, you idiot. In which case, there is an option here, is there not? For, no, not instructions. Under tactics. We need to press Carlos Donna. Always. And mark him very, very tightly. Always. Because that could be a way through for us. Obviously until I take him off. We, on the other hand, are only doing about average. Sampson's doing okay. Gonzalez is doing okay. Negrete, not so much, though he did have that good clearance. And Shane Ray, doing okay, and I hadn't hit play. So, carrying on. Throw in for Kingston. Go with the ball forward. Bone. Puts it in the middle level. Bone. Starkey. They're not getting through. Torch keeping him out. No, Murphy. Oh, it's been disallowed for offside. That wasn't actually a great save by the keeper, but still. I don't know if there's anything we can do here. Might lower the tempo a little bit. Be a bit more disciplined. Early crosses may indeed help. Yeah, that's good. If they're going to keep putting balls over like that, I don't mind catching them offside. I'm going to demand more. See if that makes a difference. Fernandez with a goal kick. We'd obviously had an opportunity. Apollon with a clearance. Level to Gale now for Kingston. Blick to Donna. Little flick down the wing. I'm quite pleased how Torch are doing in terms of containing them, shall we say. Oh my goodness. That was an excellent tackle there, but it looks like Murphy was offside again. It's good that we've caught him offside. 35 minutes in. Yet another throw for Kingston. I know we are the underdogs, but come on, lads. Surely there's something we could do differently. I mean, how are we distributing it? We're not at the moment, are we? Let's roll it out. Actually, I tell you something else we'll do. We'll stop counter-pressing. Corner, Bone to take it for Kingston. Castillo gets up, only as far as Donna. He finds level. Bush now picks it up, but it looks like Kingston with another long ball forward, this time for Bone out in the wing, and he manages to keep it in, gets his cross in. Oh my goodness, Orellana cleared it, but only into the foot of level. Who put it home? Kingston 1, Torch 0. This is not good news, unfortunately. So yeah. Bone with the long cross. Orellana. Nods it down for level to smash home. Not happy about that. Well, Apollon and... Oh, well, look, they're just doing horrible. We're coming up to half-time anyway. We'll leave things as they are. Make the changes at half-time. So yeah, they've had 8 shots, 4 on target to our none and none. It's been horrible. So... throw the water bottle, maybe? Thrash the arms. Point the finger. Yeah, just not good enough. I say that. They're all now demotivated. We are not favourites at all. I should possibly have a look at what changes I can make. Uninspired and anxious and apprehensive. Well, sorry about that. My fault. Here we got Barcenet is going to come on for Mr. Gonzalez. Callum Gomez is staying as he is. Orellana. Mr. Robinson's coming on for you. Let's have Apollon doing that. That's one thing we don't have as a playmaker at the moment. Maybe that'll make a difference. Ray to Castillo. And Castillo just hoofing it forward. Back to Kingston. That's not really Had intended these instructions. Murphy Ray with the stop. Murphy has a go. He's got his head in his hands, quite literally. Corner now, Billick to take it. Just over 51 minutes on the clock. We are still 1-0 down. I might give him a fright and go attacking just for a couple of minutes just to see if anything happens. Gomez picks up the loose ball. Apollon. That is actually something I should be doing, is probably focusing play down the right, because that's where we're strongest. Robinson. Apollon holding onto the ball. Looks like we are coming forward for a change. Walker. Somebody's on the run up the left, but he searches out Gomez. We are focusing play down there. Apollon to Negrete. With the overlap, Gomez. Shea. It's 1-1. Sorry, Barsine even. I read it as Shea. It was too quick. We've equalised on the 55th minute. Lovely cross in from Negrete. Oh no, it wasn't. It was past to Gomez, and Gomez got it into him. Look at that. Plenty of space to put it home. Good effort, lad. That's made it 1-1. I will confirm the tactical changes. Yeah, that was very good. Very pleased with that. 65th minute. Be nice to do it again. Let's give them some more encouragement. Westchester have gone 1-0 up against FA Euro. Interesting. Negrete with the corner. Cleared by Bush. It's nice to see us have a set piece for a change. Negrete to Gomez. Walker. Oh my goodness. Torch turning around. Mitch Walker gets his first goal of the season. It is now 2-1 to the Torch. To the Flames. That's fantastic. 70th minute. Let's see if we can keep it up. Lovely. Play forward by Negrete. Gomez runs onto it. Perfect cross. And Walker just puts it home. Gomez, of course, pretty much our star player. And certainly tactically it seems to make sense to try and get the ball in front of him as often as possible. But yeah, very happy with that. Negrete only getting a 6.3. I thought he'd done quite well, especially given his part in that last goal. In the previous goal. Ray with a goal kick. Only as far as Smith. Oh, cleared by Gonzalez. Smith with a pass back to Fernandez. Castillo. Grinwis. Gonzalez with the ball forward. Sine's free, 1-on-1, and he scores. It's 3-1 to the Torch. To the Flames. I'll get it. I will. You'll see. This is episode 1, 86th minute. That's his 5th goal of the season. Barsine. Yes, very happy with that. Good finish. Keeper maybe should have done better, but I'm not going to complain, considering that we've come back from 1-0 down. Clearly shouting at them, even though it demotivated them, allegedly, was not the mistake. Donner gets a cross in. Mateo scores, but it's disallowed for offside. He looked miles offside. That's one thing that's happened a lot this match. A lot of disallowed goals. Lovely cross from Donner, but yeah, it wasn't by much, but it caught him off. Negrete to Apollon. Negrete. Apollon again looking to get the ball through. Not finding the opportunities. Passing back to Castillo, who passes it back to the keeper. I could waste time. Doesn't seem a lot of point. Flick on there. Smith maybe. Castillo. Ooh, level. Intercepts. Bilic. Gonzalez with the clearance. Yeah, the Flames are looking good. Torch. Look like they're taking all 3 points. Murphy. He's 1-on-1. Ray gets down and saves that one. It is a corner, which apparently came to nothing. Pollen with a long ball forward. Cannot find Barsine this time. Roberts tries the same. Looks like Barsine is being very tightly marked. Castillo to Apollon to Gomez. Sine coming forward now. He's got a little bit of space, but he's got no support. And his long shot goes quite wide. Must be coming up to the end of the match now. FC Baltimore have made it 3-1 against Elm City. Gomez now on a run forward. Apollon. Barsine in the box. Gets across, but not to be. But that's fantastic. Torch take 3 points. Kingston's 14 shots, 6 on target, an XG of 1.67 to Torch's 10 and 6, which, let's face it, all came in the second half, and an XG of 1.5. They had 12 corners. 12. And we defended them. And we had 4. But yeah, we had the better passes completed, and we had slightly better possession, not you would know it. Certainly not fast, but yeah, they managed to have 2 goals disallowed for offside, so unfortunate for them, but we will take the 3 points on this occasion. Okay, so after that fantastic match, we shall have a look at our schedule thus far. Pre-season wasn't too bad. We struggled against Westchester, lost to them 4-2. We struggled against Hershey, which we drew 3-3 with, and we struggled away at Lehigh Valley United and Westchester, both alongside us here in the Atlantic National League. So when it got into the start of the season, our first game was against Greater Binghamton, which we won 3-1. We then drew with Electric City, and then hosted Brooklyn and beat them 4-2, and then went away to FC Motown and lost 1-0, and then drew with Westchester instead of obviously losing to them away as we had done in pre-season. But not fantastic form. However, September has been better. Away at First State FC, we won 2-1. At home to Elm City, we won 5-2. Absolutely smashed them. And then away at FC Baltimore Christos, we won. We were beaten soundly 3-1. Obviously, Baltimore Christos doing quite well at the moment. And of course, we just beat Kingston 3-1. The other thing I wanted to mention in terms of player stats, obviously our top goal scorer at the moment is Barsine. That was helped by the last match, no doubt, and he's also a highest average rated player too. Most assists come from Callum Gomez, no surprise, and our best pass completion again is Barsine at 92%. So we've got a few players there with 1 Man of the Match award, and we're actually not doing too bad on the disciplinary, I would suggest. So it's certainly a good place to be in that respect. And if we finally, as I say, if we actually look at the league table here, we are now in the playoff spot. Obviously, we lost our previous match to Baltimore Christos, who are in third. FA Euro just drew, funnily enough, but they are pretty much running away with it at the moment. But we did pull a couple of points on us. We're on 17 points, they're on 21. We are literally 2 points behind second place. And Lansdowne Yonkers, who were nearly the team I managed. And I've actually been to their website, and interestingly enough, their current manager, I don't know if it will show it here. No, it won't, because it's obviously generated, is an actual young player who was at Arsenal and also played at Cork City. And Southend. No, that's somebody else. He was at Arsenal, yes, and Cork City, and now is at Lansdowne Yonkers. So, tremendous little video. If you get time, check it out. I actually have put the link in the description below. Well worth checking. And that's really all there is to show you. Obviously, we'll be back for more matches, and as I say, this season, I'd like to just really meet the board's expectation and just try and build up better knowledge of how many players are out there and how many players are in our league and all the rest of it, and see if I can't just sniff out the best ones and, build up this squad. I'm also hopeful that some of these players are going to develop over the season, depending on how they play, and I'm sure that will be the case with other teams as well. So by the end of the season, I feel that there are going to be a lot more options available to us. Final thing I would say, obviously, there are links in the description below to FM Digi's, all his socials. In fact, he has a social site, and it's worth checking out. He has the links, obviously, where you can download this database and the graphics pack, which gives you the competitions, wherever it shows them normally. I don't know if that's actually correct or not. For some reason, I thought that was a standard one. But anyway, I've downloaded it, and it is installed. So if it's not showing up, I'm not entirely sure why. Double check that. But yeah, so that's where we leave you, 5th place. I've been avoiding relegation. This is the Journeyman in the USA. Thank you very much for watching.